So, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is Sherry, and I'm going to go through the next steps and what what if you would like to be a fast responder, what you'll need to do. So, required training includes ICS 100, 200, and 700, which I mentioned um, in prior units. So that's the links are up on the screen, and you can click on those and take them. If you've taken them in the past 5 years, we'll also accept a copy of the certificates from that. Complete an employer MOU if needed. In most cases, that won't be needed because there's an agreement that people will continue to assist during disasters. I'm taking the American Red Cross training, the Shelter Fundamentals training, and the Shelter Manager training. At the end of your participant handbook, there is a list of different member requirements, fast responder requirements, and they include links to these trainings. There is a one-pager on how to access the online Red Cross trainings as well, how you can, even if you're not a Red Cross member, how you can access those. So you can go through those documents that you have with you. So we also, member sustainment trainings, require those on a quarterly basis. Those are all recorded via webinar and are archived on the FAST website. So you can go back in and listen to those. If you can't make the actual day that they're occurring, they will be posted, and then you can go back in and listen to at a later time. We'll require you to participate in monthly notification tests. So these are alerts and warnings that are coming from the NC terms, the team management system that you will be registered in as a FAST member. And we will do practice notifications on a monthly basis on the third Wednesday of the month. Whenever there's shelter trainings or exercises that we become aware of, we'll share that information with you, and we will strive to put fast teams together to respond in those exercises. And then as needed, complete yearly reviews, post-deployment hot washes or after action reports, and surveys. So those are the things that are required. Also in the back of your or at the bottom of your participant handbook, you've got a list of recommended trainings as well. So these are just some examples of what we've got back there. Decision making and problem solving, effective communication. A lot of this comes from a FEMA training, general information about shelters, video. So there's a couple of lists with links to videos that might be helpful as you're rounding out your training. So one of the things I wanted to quickly do is there's at the end of your participant handbook, there is a list of forms. So some of the forms that we talked about during our training, we've got the Red Cross dormitory registration form, the Red Cross CMIST worksheet that they use. Some of these forms can be utilized in identifying people who might have access and functional needs that have been identified when they first register in the shelter. Copies of the quick notes, suggested travelers checklist, pre-deployment checklist, the FAST activation deployment standard operating guidelines, deployment checklist, Go Kit, FAST resource request form, the ICS 213, the activity log, the 214, on the spot assessment strategies checklists, a list of the instructional videos that I just mentioned, the American Red Cross Edge registration page on how to register, and a map of the North Carolina Centers for Independent Living. These are great resource centers that may be able to assist in finding different supplies and services and supports. And then the very last form or document is the North Carolina Fast Responder requirements. So what we would need if you're interested in being a responder, and if we needed to respond, for example, this weekend. The things that are most important for you to do is to sign up on the NC Terms website, and that was the website that you used to register for this class. And then the second would be to have background verification, background check verification. One of the things that is, in order to go into any shelter where there might be some vulnerable populations, is a registration. All Red Cross volunteers and DSS volunteers have to have background registrations. Sorry, background checks. So I don't need a copy of the background check per se. If you had a background check for your current employment, if a letter from your supervisor saying that you submitted to a background check and you passed, would be perfectly fine with that. So in order to deploy, I would need you to register in NC Terms and have a copy of background check verification somehow. And the other things we can continue to work on. Please feel free to contact me if you're interested in starting this process, and we'll get you signed up and into the system. So all of that being said, are there any questions at all that people have? Okay, feel free to email me. I think you all have my email address. Well, there you go. There's my email address or my contact information. And thank you all for spending your time with us and for learning about our FAST program, and look forward to chatting with anyone who's interested in being a responder. And a big shout out to my fellow instructors. I appreciate all of the time and work that you put into doing this, and appreciate you all. So thank you and have a good day.